I'm really excited to welcome you here today to celebrate the opening of the 10,000th DC fast charger in the state of California. We have a goal. Yeah, let's celebrate for a minute. So we have a state goal of reaching 10,000 DC fast chargers by 2025, and here we are in 2023, 2 years early, and celebrating accomplishing this goal. And I think it really is, we're seeing the market accelerate for electric vehicles. Last quarter, about 1 in 4 new vehicles were electric in the state of California. So let's celebrate that as well. And that's a huge rate of growth. It was 7% just a few years ago, and now we're at 1 in 4. And we're really close to this inflection point when it comes to electric transportation. And now, we're seeing automakers really step up, provide the vehicles. And now what we need to do is make sure there's charging infrastructure available to be able to meet that need. The Energy Commission's role is to help do the analysis and fund the build out of chargers. So we funded these chargers that you see before you today for EVgo. And through our flagship program, the California Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program, or Cal EVIP. And I want to acknowledge the important partners that have joined me here today to give some remarks. We have Assemblymember Ortega, Mayor Carol Dutra Vernacci, or Mayor Carol, as she goes by. We have Chair Randolph of the Air Resources Board, Deputy Director Gia Vassen from GoBiz, and we'll be ending with EVgo CEO Catherine Zoe. And you may notice that this is an all-women lineup, which we're pretty excited about as well. So, as I said, we at the Energy Commission, we're the primary energy planning agency, and we're also helping fund the build-out of infrastructure for zero-emission vehicles. So we're funding EV chargers like these, as well as hydrogen stations, to help meet California's goals for clean transportation. We administer a program called the Clean Transportation Program, which was established in 2007 and has been going strong ever since. Just recently, AB 126 was passed to extend the funding program through July 1st, 2035, and we're just waiting for the governor to hopefully sign that legislation. It's a huge source of funding of $100 million per year, but that money has been supplemented by funds from the legislature and the governor in recent years because of the critical importance of ensuring that we have enough infrastructure. Last year, we approved a $2.9 billion investment plan with 95% of the money going towards infrastructure for zero-emission vehicles. In the draft we released recently, we are maintaining that level of investment. This is the most money any state has ever allocated for zero-emission vehicle infrastructure. So let's celebrate California for stepping up to the plate and putting money on the table to fund this transition. So as I said, we're also the lead for analyzing infrastructure needs. We issued a report 2 years ago that found we're going to need 1.2 million chargers for light-duty vehicles and 157,000 chargers for heavy-duty vehicles. We're updating that analysis right now, and we'll have new results coming soon on that. But we really need to make sure that we plan for this transition. And when it comes to battery electric vehicles, we need to stay really cognizant of where the market is going for charging needs. We're seeing higher power charging happening today. It used to be 50 kilowatts was fast. Now we're 350, and it's going further. It's going even faster. So regarding managing the impacts to the grid, this is a critical area that we think a lot about. We want to make sure that as we plug vehicles into the grid, we're doing it at times of the day that are good for the grid. If you plug in the middle of the day where we have a lot of solar, you can literally run your vehicle on sunshine. And we're really trying to find ways to accelerate smart charging so that these vehicles not just benefit the grid in terms of the time of charging, but they could actually even benefit the grid by giving energy back when we need it. These are little batteries on wheels that you can use to charge your house. You can charge power tools. They just have a utility way beyond what we've seen from conventional vehicles. So in closing, I want to thank everybody for being part of this climate solution and celebrating this event. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Assemblymember Ortega.
I'm a little shorter. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Good morning, buenos dias. I'm Assemblymember Liz Ortega, and welcome to Assembly District 20 in Union City. So excited to have you here. It's such a beautiful Monday morning where you get to experience what this district is all about, which is diversity and working families. And to be here representing the district and representing these amazing women to talk about the fact that we have reached California's goal of having 10,000 direct current fast chargers in California is just absolutely amazing. California continues to lead the way. I want to make sure I acknowledge our governor, who put a very, direct climate action goal when it comes to addressing the issues of climate change. And that includes making sure that we have zero emission vehicles on the road. But like was mentioned, we need chargers to be able to do that. And more importantly, we need electric vehicles in communities with families who are working very hard and who a few years ago could not afford these electric vehicles. But today, we made such progress that we're able to unveil chargers in an area that represents working families who are impacted by climate change, that is here today, not tomorrow. And so I was very excited when I was asked to come today because of that, because I want to make sure that not only we celebrate this today, but that we use it as a model for the rest of the state and the country. California is on the front lines. And as I said, we just a couple of weeks ago, my voice is a little raspy. We just finished voting on key legislations and budgets that will ensure that we continue this trend and making sure that we have clean infrastructure and clean electric grid for all working families across California. So thank you so much and congratulations for all this amazing work. Muchas gracias.
I think we'll have to keep adjusting this mic. So I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Carroll.
Thank you so much, and I think you've got the height about right. So, in any case, good morning and welcome to Union City. I'm so pleased that Union City has the honor of this milestone event being held here. You have already heard the acknowledgments of the attendees that are here today. And in addition to that, I wanted to acknowledge the presence of our Union City Community and Economic Development Director, Carmela Campbell, who is right there. And then in addition to that, we have Gloria Ortega, our Economic Development Manager. So thank you both for being here to represent Union City. As we've been transitioning from gas and diesel-powered vehicles to zero-emission vehicles, I have often thought about it as what it must have been like years ago when folks were transitioning from horse and buggy to motorized vehicles. With the changing technology comes the need for new jobs and the skills necessary to fill those jobs. This, of course, is an opportunity for our local James Logan High School, as well as all high school students across the state, to expand their career opportunities. Everything we can do to fight climate change is so important for the healthy future of everyone. What we are doing here today is leading by example, and I am proud to be a part of it. So thank you all for being here in Union City today.
All right, thanks, Mayor Carroll. So now I want to bring Leanne Randolph, the chair of the California Air Resources Board.
Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here to celebrate this milestone of 10,000 DC fast chargers in the state of California. Coming on the heels of passing the milestone of $1.5 million, 5 million vehicles, zero-emission vehicles sold in California over the last several years, another goal that we met early. California is really leading the way. Governor Newsom and the legislature have set very clear goals. And at the California Air Resources Board, our role is to adopt the regulations around mobile sources, which means that we are responsible for the regulation requiring all new light-duty vehicle sales to be zero emission by 2035. In addition, we have adopted advanced clean trucks and advanced clean fleets, which will move the medium and heavy-duty sector to zero emission. And these regulations are absolutely critical to meeting our climate goals. At the Air Resources Board, we also set forth our overall climate strategy. And the different climate strategies all come together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and also to reduce air pollution in local communities. Our market-based programs like Cap and Trade and the Low Carbon Fuel Standard provide funding that allows these allows the charging infrastructure to be supported and to be deployed throughout communities. And as the mayor mentioned, it is so critically important that this infrastructure be for all communities in California so that all residents have the opportunity to experience zero emission transportation. So thank you all for being here and celebrating this milestone.
Next, we have GoBiz Deputy Director Gia Vason.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be here to celebrate with you today. And as Commissioner Monahan mentioned, in spring we celebrated a milestone of 1.5 million zero-emission vehicles, our target there 2 years early. And here we are again, achieving another target almost 2 years early, more than a year early again. So now with our eyes set on Governor Newsom's goal of 100% zero emission for on and off-road vehicles, there's no doubt that we have much more to do. And to get there, we're going to continue to need to work together to break down the barriers that we have and to keep paving the way as California often does. And let's show the nation and the world. And each of us has a unique role to play, right? We have leadership from our governor and from the legislature that help set the vision and these ambitious targets that we have. Our state agencies working together under the Zero Emission Vehicle Market Development Strategy to advance our goals with programs like the Energy Commission's Clean Transportation Program that has already invested more than $360 million in just light-duty charging stations alone, and will ensure that at least 50% of investments will go towards low-income and disproportionately affected communities going forward. It takes all of California's 540 cities and counties like Union City, thanks for having us here today, who are helping to enable their communities to have access to EV charging and clean mobility options. And of course, our industry partners like EVgo. Let's give a round of applause to them. Thank you for having us here today. And our other partners, Tesla, Electrify America, ChargePoint, and many others who put this supporting infrastructure in the ground and continue to innovate to bring the next generation of equipment and push us towards scale. It's an immense lift to shift our entire transportation system from fossil fuels to renewable energy in the time frame required to meet our health and climate goals and to do it equitably. But our shared goals and our collaboration and the contributions from multiple parties, it is possible. So I stand here today feeling proud of what we've accomplished and where we're headed. And I think if we fast forward to 2035 and 2045 and we look back on what worked, we will have met this challenge with a diverse team of stakeholders from multiple sectors and priority communities who came together to solve problems, create opportunities, and increase equity. So thank you all for your contributions, and onward.
And Senator Wahab couldn't be here herself, but she has sent her district director, who is here right now, and I want to welcome her, of course, another woman, to give some remarks.
Thank you so much. My name is Astrid Scott, and I'm actually a district representative for Senator Wahab. I am so happy to be here representing her. Our office represents the cities of Hayward all the way down to North San Jose, and we are very excited to be part of this great achievement. Senator Wahab wants to congratulate the Commission for reaching a remarkable milestone of 10,000 current fast charges in California. Your dedication to expanding sustainable transportation infrastructure is truly commendable, and this achievement will no doubt have a significant positive change in our environment. Thank you for your commitment to a greener future.
All right, and we have batting cleanups EVgo CEO Kathy Zoy, and I just want to say it's a little league of their own here today in terms of the women's lineup at this EV charging event. So, Kathy.
And what's remarkable about this is that this was not one of those sort of let's only get women for this panel. This happened organically. How about that? So look, it is such a pleasure to be able to celebrate this California milestone of 10,000 DC fast chargers at an EVgo station. I mean, we're a leading provider. We've got over 350 locations in California, 1,200 fast charging stalls, and that's just the beginning. But none of this could happen without partnership. We partner with Union City and all of our local government hosts. We partner with the folks who own this parking lot. We partner with PG&E. So special thank you to the local utility here who's done a great job, not just here, but everywhere we're building in PG&E service territory. We partner with the California Energy Commission, who, as Patty said, helped provide the funding that allows us as a private company to build this fast charging station and others all around the state. We're partnering with CARB because there are actually financial benefits to us as a company to reduce greenhouse gas emissions through the Low Carbon Fuel Standard program. So none of this happens without the village of people that are living in California to get these stations across the finish line. To provide put the 10,000 leadership position of California in context, right now in America there are just over 30,000 fast chargers in the whole country. California's done about a third of them. California is always leading the way on climate, leading the way on environment and public health, and leading the way on creating jobs for a sustainable economy. So look, we are so proud and pleased to be partners with all of the folks here in California, and we have big plans to keep going. Thank you very much.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. That ends our remarks, but feel free to come and talk to us, ask any questions, check out the chargers, and look forward to the...
Yeah, one of the things that we're going to demonstrate here with the Rivian is we've developed a technology called AutoCharge, which all you need to do is plug and charge. You don't need to swipe a credit card, and it's something that EVgo's pioneered, and it's actually a really cool innovation that's a seamless charging experience. And one of my colleagues who bought his car to match my suit.
I was wondering about that.
This is Adam's Rivian. Rivian just became another vehicle type. How many models do AutoCharge on the EVgo network now? How many? Over 30 different EV models have equipped their vehicles to be able to use our technology, which is AutoCharge. Again, because you just walk up and plug in. You don't have to do any of the other stuff. And so it's a really cool thing that we'll demonstrate now.